Hi y'all, it's Jeannie from Bushnell Unscripted. So today I wanted to work on kitting up my Miss Havisham by Simona Candini from Diamond Art Club. And if you've been watching any of my videos recently, you'll see that along with Crafting with V, we are both working on this canvas starting February 1st. We're doing a read-along of Great Expectations because Miss Havisham is a character in the book Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. So we have lots of fun stuff going on starting in February. I do hope you'll come along. We're both going to be kitting up this canvas as well as working on it. Now, I'll let you in on a secret. I started this yesterday, as you can see, and I started filming, and I just got too frustrated with the static in the drills, so I stopped. So I've just gotten my drills out of the freezer. I put them in the freezer yesterday because I heard that is supposed to help. We'll see. But we're getting back on the horse, so to speak, and we're going to get this done. Got me some coffee in my Scottish bagpipe playing piping hot cup that I love. And we're going to move forward. Oh, speaking of Miss Havisham, in the description box, go ahead and check out our Goodreads group. You can join along in the conversation with Reading with Great Expectations. There are links to movies for Great Expectations that you can watch online. Some are free, some are here on YouTube. There are links to where you can read Great Expectations for free. Don't forget to check out your library. Also check out LibriVox. LibriVox provides audio books recorded by volunteers. So there's many areas, but there's lots of links in the group. So come on over to the Goodreads link in the description. Also come on over to my Facebook group, and that link will also be below. And that's not just limited to Miss Havisham. The Facebook group is for anyone who wants to share diamond painting, talk about diamond painting, and just have a positive place to go to. No drama, no shade, and no shame, okay? So let's get going on this and see if it made a difference. I put them in the freezer. I've poked a hole in each bag because I've also heard that's amazing. Now, why, Jeannie, don't you just use a dryer sheet or spray? I personally don't want to be touching that all the time. That's just my choice. I haven't done that yet. Maybe it's the end all be all. I don't know. I haven't done it yet. But I'm going to try this method first. So let's see what we got here. I hope everybody's doing well. Today is January 22nd. Yesterday, most of the South was covered in snow here in the United States. So that caused a little bit of havoc. Oh, let me grab some. I also picked up this new funnel from Amazon, and it is for these bottles. So gonna see how that works. It is a little shallow here, and the hole is small, okay, which isn't ideal. Let me show you a difference. So this is a funnel that I use for my kits that have the tick, they call them the Tic Tac little, they're square bottles. That's what this is for. It slides right in there and locks in. Look at the difference of that funnel. You see that? You have a lot of room here, and the hole is a little bit larger, but this is really important. So if you're trying to pour in quite a bit, it's going to get stuck and you're going to end up futzing with that. So that's not great. You really do need a deeper well, so to speak. But we'll work with it and see what we've got. Back to the snow. So 7/28. I saw beaches in Florida covered in snow yesterday. Did we get snow in Charlotte? We did. We got some overnight, but as of today, it's already, aside from stuff that's maybe sticking a little bit on roofs, it's already it's gone. So, didn't stick around long, just got a little bit to remind us what snow is. Okay, this is, still has still has static. The freezer method is not perfection. Okay, right out of the gate. And like I said, these were in there overnight, so I gave it time. Okay, but we'll see here. We'll see as we go along. I hope y'all are doing well. Oh. I enjoy snow. I mean, I lived in Illinois for 16 years, so I got my full share of snow. It's not like I've never had snow. But I do enjoy it. But I also know how to drive in it because I did live in Illinois and did experience snow quite a bit, so it doesn't scare me to drive in it like it does many in Charlotte. But in Charlotte here, they just brine the roads and basically everything shuts down, so kind of a different experience. When I first moved to Illinois, I was in college and I was moving there from Texas, and I was used to, I mean, I was raised in Roanoke, Virginia, as well as Texas and Tennessee. I moved around a lot, but I lived in areas where it did snow and was used to areas that closed when bad weather came along. Well, in Illinois, that didn't happen. My first winter there, a huge amount of snow fell, and it was during the week, and so I had to go to college, and I lived off campus. And I was fully expecting that the school was going to shut down. It did not. So I was blown away. I was like, are you kidding me? They're not going to cancel school? And 3746, everybody was just laughing at me because they're like, no, that doesn't happen here. We're going, even if it's snowing. And we did. So it's humorous in different parts of the country what happens, you know. You can have tons of snow in one area and the world moves on, and you can have the threat of snow in another area and everything shuts down, and we're monitoring the snow event. We'll let you know what's going to happen. So it's humorous to me always, but Charlotte does shut down. They are not playing. I keep checking because yesterday I kept having the drills fly up and stick on the underside. So you can see they're still static. It's still, I don't care what anybody says. I think Diamond Art Club has the most staticky drills that I've ever encountered. And you can disagree. I'm not mad at you, and I'm not mad at them. It's okay. I've tried other companies with resin drills that are not as staticky. I don't know what it is, but that's my experience. I know somebody's going to say, you just need to get the humidity in your house correct. Well, I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and even in the summer, when we have humidity, it doesn't matter. and I do run a humidifier in the winter, it doesn't matter. But if you know the correct and proper humidity level, you let me know. So, okay, I will say the freezer did a little better. It's not as miserable as it was yesterday. So go ahead and try that. I can say that it's not. I can say it is beneficial. I can see that. It has helped. And I did poke a hole in it. So there's two variables that I did. So I poked a hole in the bags after they came out of the freezer. So maybe that all plays a role. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I did. So, alright, 3818. So, it did help. Something did. The hole, the freezer, both combined. It's not perfect, but it's better. And better is good. We'll take better. Oh, you know what? I had my little tray yesterday. That helps too. Like to work on a tray. But all is well. I hope the people in Florida and Louisiana, ooh, Louisiana got a lot of snow too. I hope they are enjoying their snow. Having a good time with it. It has been really cold here, but nine, 5, 1. I don't know. I'm in full hibernation mode. I see everybody keeps sharing online. You know, we're less than 60 days to spring, and I enjoy spring. I no longer enjoy summer very much because it just gets so hot, and the last few summers have been excruciatingly hot, and I don't know. I really enjoy it when there's less bugs around, and it's not. I can always add clothes to get warm. There's only so much you can take off to get cool, and I don't look forward to it. I really don't. And then the continued need to, well, I garden and I do like yard work. I don't like feeling constantly trapped with the mowing and the trimming, and it becomes exhaustion level. I don't know. I'm over it right now at this stage in my life. But I'm in full hibernation mode. I could stay here for a while. Okay. Have y'all been watching anything good on television? You watched any good movies lately? I watched a really good movie the other night. It was Juror Number 2, and I believe it's on Netflix. Oh, see, there's one. So this one has not been great. So Juror Number 2 is a movie that was directed by Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood is not in it, but he's just the director. And really good movie. It is about a man who is called for jury duty, and as he is listening to the opening trial statements, he begins to think that maybe he had a role in the crime this other man is being tried for. And really, really good movie. It makes you wonder what you would do in a similar situation. 644. Because he seeks assistance from attorneys, and he gets lots of different advice, and it makes you wonder what you'd do. Highly recommended. Don't want to spoil it for you, but it's a great little movie. Juror number 2. That was great. What else? Television shows. I binge watched the other night. Reba McEntire's got a new show out called Happy's Place, and it's just a cute little situational comedy. I love Reba, and it's just a funny little show. 9:13. The premise of that show is Reba's dad, Happy, has died, and she inherited the bar that he owned and they both worked at, and you know, she got along with her dad. They had a great relationship, working relationship and everything. But then it's discovered that he had an affair and had another child that she never knew about. And so the premise is, you know, her getting to know this other sister and the impact of that on her life. Excuse me. So it is a cute little funny show. I do take my washi tape on some. I do this sometimes. I don't always do it, but I just spread it across. I find that these little stickers stay on better and they're easier to remove. These can really stick on the plastics, so it's a little bit easier to remove. I picked this pattern because Miss Havisham is grieving her marriage in the book, and I thought the florals were pretty and appropriate for Miss Havisham. Yeah, and I just take it usually and roll that down, push it down. It works for me. 783. So that's a cute little show, Happy's Place. And a new show that I watched one episode of so far is Doc. Really good. I don't watch a lot of medical dramas, but and I don't know how heavy this show is going to go. Like, I don't think it's going to be like something like House or something where they're researching diseases. I think this is more drama based with the people, but I don't know yet. The premise of this one is we have a doctor, a great doctor, female doctor, who is highly sought after and revered in her field, but she has some issues with people she works with not exactly loving her because she has a pretty strong personality and a lot of people don't enjoy her. Well, she gets in a car wreck and it affects her brain. She has a brain injury, and 814. that brain injury means that she has lost the last 12 years of her life. So when she starts to put what happened together, she's still living 12 years ago. Well, a lot's happened in her life in 12 years. A major one is she is divorced, but she doesn't know that. You know, to her, that's still her husband and everything's fine. This was before everything went bad. Well, so now we are watching this woman kind of realize, we're going along with her journey of, you know, what happened in her life. That first episode was really well done. I mean, I'm ready for more. Definitely recommend it. Will Trent is back. Now, I haven't read any of the books about Will Trent, but I did watch last season, the first season of Will Trent, and thoroughly enjoyed that, and glad to see him back. The first episode, they really knocked that out of the park. Loved that. Do you like? Let me know if you watch any of these, or you've got other recommendations. I want to hear it. 3:52. This is the time of the year that I actually get to watch some stuff, and because, as I said, I'm not working outside all the time, so it's nice. Yeah, I'll say the freezer method, hole in the bag method, has improved this process. Yesterday I was just so frustrated. What else? What else? What else? Oh, still enjoying Original Sin from the Dexter. I'll say extended series. They just announced that they started filming Dexter the Resurrection, which will air this summer. I can't wait for that. Dexter's coming back. This series, The Original Sin, we see the beginnings of Dexter and what happened to him, and also what happened to his sister, the background story with his sister Deb and their dad and the mom. Love it, love it, love it. It's all being handled so beautifully. 155. So it's nice to be able to see how Dexter got his start, what influenced him. But I'm really looking forward to the resurrection. See, there we go. So when you start pouring that in, like I said, since it's so shallow and that hole's so small, you're going to futz with that. Not the worst thing, but I've got another one coming. A bottle one. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. I swear. I tell y'all. I have another one coming. Oh, there's a different color one. From Temu. A bottle one that I'm really looking forward to, and I think it'll be a little bit better. I don't know. We'll try. We'll see. And then I'll give my full recommendation of these items, because there are a lot, and I'm testing them out to see what does better. All right, we didn't go full spillage. That's positive. Let's see if we can't. I tell y'all, I'm a klutzy girl. If I'm going to grab onto something, I will. I'll take it with me. It's just how it works around here. Be prepared for the spillage. It happens. It happens. It happens. You know, I used to watch the Martha Stewart show. That woman, she's not klutzy at all. She can go out and garden in beautiful khaki slacks and a button-down shirt. She can be out there for hours, and when she's done, she looks just like when she started. I'm telling you right now, that's not me. If I go outside in khakis and a button-down shirt, in under 30 minutes, I'm looking like I have been plowing a field. It's just not who I am. I wish it were, but I'm not fancy. I don't pretend to be fancy. I gave that up a long time ago. I envy her for what she can do, but she and I are not the same. I wish I had that ability. I mean, it's like same thing when I cook. I'm wearing more than is actually in the pot, so I can't apologize for being klutzy. Anywho, let's see. Getting into these bigger trains here. We are who we are. We all help the world go around. Some of us are immaculate Martha Stewart, and well, some of us are not. I have the gift of not. Let's see, what else am I watching? That doesn't work. The shaking doesn't work. Pour slower. I need to find my little tool that reseals these packages. I have one. It's like a chip resealer. Ooh. A little staticky. Let's breathe in it. Breathe in it and shake. Wow, this is bouncing out everywhere. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And that's another thing that it would happen less if this were not as shallow for the funnel on top. So I can't say I recommend this funnel. This one I got off of Amazon. So when you're looking at funnels, that's a tip. Look at the depth of the actual funnel. It really needs to see, look at all that static. Ugh. Let's see here. it really needs to have more depth to it. So keep that in mind when you're purchasing. Oops. It's like it just hits air and bounces out. It's hilarious. But yeah, let me know what y'all are watching. I'm excited to. I love hearing about shows that a lot of times I don't even know about. A show that I watch that's just silly and fun it's called Animal Control. It's another little situational comedy. Great to put on when you're not seeking anything too deep. Nope. I'm missing some. Come back, come back. And of course, I'm still watching Abbott Elementary. I really like that show. That's funny to me. That one is, you get more invested in the characters. Something like Animal Control, you don't. But I do like Abbott Elementary. That's really funny. Okay. I'm excited to get back to reading. 4:15. Ever since my dog died, I haven't been reading as much, and when I was caring for her, I was able to read more. So I'm really excited to dig into Great Expectations. I really hope some of y'all join us. You know, Great Expectations is a classic. Charles Dickens he's not a hard read, but he's not the easiest. I mean, he's not a contemporary author. So, there are differences in language and things like that, but it's not hard. But we'd love to have you. I'm so excited that Crafting with V was as excited about it as I am. So very much looking forward to that. Ooh. We started out so good, 4:15. We started out such a positive note. Afraid I'm gonna one day inadvertently swallow one of these. Oh goodness. Well, at least watching people kit up canvases, you realize you are not alone.
the obstacles we all face. It's okay. We can all understand. Except for those of you who are the Martha Stewarts out there, who are like, I never have a problem. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I'm glad you don't have a problem. Some of us do. 4:15. You're just really trying. You were special without all the heartache. It's okay. That one just went on the side. Oh, there's a lot. Look at that. And I swear some of those just jumped right out of that. Be nice and go in. Quit it. Now I am going to do this kit differently. So I'm putting all of my drills into the bottles, but I am going to use my Diamond Art Club large trays that I have. Oh my gosh. And work with my new tray holder that holds those that I did a video about. But I'm only going to do those, what that holds, 24 I think. I'm only going to do like an area that I'm working in. At least that's my plan. So I'll be emptying some of these into other containers. Or I might do, I don't know, it's not written in the stars yet. 6:45. Let's move that a little more centered. Jeannie, don't go pouring that in there. Take the lid off. Oh, I've got one on my... It's like the little bit at the end just has to be the attention seeker. Ugh. No, there's two more in there. Let me cut off some of this plastic. No, that didn't help. Ugh. It's like the ones that start off so good end up being the worst. Why is that? Why? Why? We've got one from the previous. 4:15, just can't stop. There we go. And you know what? It's just easier. I do it with my finger. How about that?
All right. Let's see what we've got here. Still got quite a few, huh? Well, onward we go. 312. All right. 312. You know what I really miss for TV shows? My soap operas. I grew up watching The Guiding Light, As the World Turns, The Bold and the Beautiful came later. What was the other one that was on As the World Turns, Guiding Light, Young and the Restless? Those were all CBS shows. And of the 3 or 4, I guess, technically, my favorite was Guiding Light. The storyline with Reva and Josh, I loved those characters. I mean, I grew up watching them until they went off the air. They were always on. And man, I really miss Guiding Light. The last couple of years of that show got so strange, but bless those actors. They were still putting in the work. I surely miss those shows. There was nothing like watching what what trouble Reva was going to get into next. Ugh, it's always at the end of these bags, the extra trouble. Did any of y'all watch those shows? I never watched General Hospital or any of the other ones. It was just CBS shows. And of course, I watched it because that's what my mother watched. That's how the lineage of soap operas usually goes. It's either your parent or another relative watches their shows. And that's what they were. Gotta watch my shows. You could put those on and do housework, cook, whatever you wanted to do. Oh, I miss those shows. But yeah, I didn't enjoy Guiding Light very much after they started doing the episodes where they were taking them outside all the time. Like, it was really weird. Made me sad when that ended. We used to talk about that in high school.
Me and my girlfriends would. Did you see what happened on Guiding Light? Oh my gosh. Yeah. The static is just unreal in this kit. There we go. Whew, finally. Get out of here. But not done yet. Somebody asked me the other day. Oh, I didn't put the sticker on there. 312, 312. Somebody asked me the other day if I had started my garden plans. I have not. I will say last year my garden suffered so greatly from the heat. I don't know, I'm just not ready for it. I'm not ready to start planting all of it. And usually this time of year I start getting, you know, I've already gotten my seed books. I guess I've gotten one. I don't know. I think so. I don't know why I'm just not into it this year. Had a lot of changes this year. So 939. I do have one day. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not excited about yard gardening so much this year, but I am excited about my garden tower. My plant. I have a garden tower, and that's done by hydroponics. I love that system. So that's something I'm going to do with y'all, is do the setup with it and how I get the plants going. I do love that. I'm looking forward to that. But I have to put that, I usually put that system on my deck, but I've got I'm mid, before the winter came, my deck was mid getting some work done on it, and it's not concluded, so I'm not going to have my tower garden up on the deck this year, so it'll have to be in the yard. So that'll be different, but yeah, I can't, the base of the unit holds many gallons of water in it, so I can't really put it on the deck and then start it all up, and it would be just a huge pain to try to move mid-growth, and I need to have the deck available for the work to get done. I need to hire a contractor because I need a large post replaced. Tried calling multiple before it turned cold, and they would not it was so strange. So many of them would not come out and check it out. Instead it was, and this is not, this structure is not like in the ground or anything. It's on, I have 2 decks. It's on my top level deck, and basically you can, it's replaceable. But the 2 places that I had contacted were like, well, we'll just have to replace the whole deck. That's not how that works. So I just decided when it got cold, I was like, I'm not going to deal with that right now. We'll wait until it gets warmer weather. It was really strange though. So I've got that waiting for me to deal with as soon as it gets a little warmer. I don't really want to deal with it at all. But it is a necessary action. So and y'all know how it is. When you've got to do something that you know you're not even looking forward to, it's like, as I said, I could hibernate for an endless amount of time right now. I'm not looking forward. I'm not counting down till spring, that's for sure. And that's okay if you are. Happy for you. Whatever your heart's desire. Me not wanting it doesn't impact anybody else's desire. I'm already tired from the spring and summer ahead. I got a lot of outdoor work to do, and as of today, I don't want to do it. So I'm grateful that it's January, because I'm going to enjoy every ounce of it. Made an appointment for Winnie to go get her arthritis shot. She's on Silencia. She hasn't had it in a couple of months. I've got to have a conversation with the vet because 562. They were giving her the shot in the scruff of her neck, which you can give, it's my understanding, you can give Silencia anywhere in the body, but it is better, recommended from the manufacturer, in the scruff of the neck. And she was taking the injection really well there. Then they started telling me she's a little grouchy, which just blew me away because Winnie is not a grouchy cat. She is a calico, and calicos can be a little stubborn and have a little attitude. But I started saying, oh, she's a little grouchy. Oh, she came in sassy today. And it's like, what in the world? And this is a cat that they always praise of how calm she is. I mean, I've had this cat since she was 4 to 6 weeks old. And she tolerates everything. So that's the first time a vet has ever told me that. I mean, even drawing blood from her neck, she just has always sat there and she doesn't claw or scream at them. So, I mean, the last time she was in, I said, well, what's that mean that she's sassy? Well, she was hissing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. And then they're like, well, maybe you should start giving her some gabapentin before she comes in. I mean, that's just extreme to me. I'm like, I'm confused why this is necessary. So I'm talking to the vet techs when they bring her out, because it's just a vet tech visit. It's not that she's getting this injection from the vet. I mean, this is like a $136 shot, okay? And I'm not getting charged for an office visit per se. And the vet techs, I said, well, where did you give her the shot? And they're like, oh, in the leg. And I'm like, in the leg? Oh yeah, it's fine. And then I had done some research, because I was like, because that's suddenly how she was getting sassy, right? So now I've got to talk to them, because I don't want it administered in the leg. I want it back in the scruffer. I don't know why they changed it. So made an appointment. Actually, I went over the other day. There is a feline only vet in town. I mean, when he's 19 years old. My little old lady. If she's sassy, she has earned that. I'm sorry. And if you think hissing is the worst, I mean, I used to work at an animal rescue. And we didn't even give any animal that was in there biting to the moon gabapentin. It's part of what you deal with. But anyway. Oops, I stopped by the feline only vet. They're not taking new patients yet, because they're down to one vet, and they're kind of restructuring for the new year. And I asked them about their pricing for that shot, and they only charge $80 for it. It's like, what in the world? I don't know. My problem is I'm really loyal to places, but, you know, I did have a bad experience with Hillary's euthanasia there, and, I don't know, I just, in the pit of my stomach, I don't feel well, but and that's the bad thing, is I know I gotta have this conversation, and I don't want to. I don't want to have to tell people, hey, I would rather you not do that, but apparently I've got to, and I don't want to, so I dread it. And you know, considering the experience I had with Hillary's euthanasia, oh man, I feel like it's time for a new vet, because I don't think that it's a good fit anymore. But I've got to get her in. Those shots are helpful. Now Winnie is not. Don't mistake me here. Winnie is not. She has some arthritis, but she gets along and moves fine. She's not. The lack of those shots have not made her so that she's immobile or anything like that. It just helps her, makes her more comfortable. They have been good for her. and I want her to have them. And the fact that I have been avoiding the vet and not getting her those shots, that's not a good sign. I know what that means for me. It's not positive. But, so I went over there thinking, oh, I'll try this vet. I didn't even think about them not taking new patients. And she couldn't even tell me when they were going to open up, or it may be 2 weeks, it may be 2 months. Oh, okay. Super. So I don't think that's going to work out. Which bums me out because everybody over there seemed, I didn't meet the vet, but I did meet a vet tech, and everybody over there seemed nice. Nice facility. Way further away. But that's fine. I don't mind driving for good vet care. Get out of there. I don't know. So anyways, I'm going to take her in Monday, and then I'm going to have to request, because they like to just take her and take her on back, and I never see what is happening, so I'm going to have to request that they do it with me there, because I want to see all this that you're claiming is happening. And if I need to assist, I don't have a problem. I just hate it. I hate dealing with this. It's one of those things that I don't want to deal with this. But I have to. 7:54. I don't know. Finding a vet that you love and that you have like this wonderful working relationship with is everything. And I have been fortunate to have those relationships in the past. I don't know. It's just high anxiety. I want her to have the best care, and goodness knows I'm paying for it. But I don't know. This new mentality is kind of beyond me. And not to say, as I said, as somebody who has worked in animal rescue, I fully understand about the risks of being bitten and all of this. I get all that. And I know that vets, and they encounter that every day. But you do need to come prepared for that. You really do. You know, there's tons of preventative measures, gloves, clothing. There's all kinds of things that if you're worried about that, you can be prepared with. I don't know. It's one of those things that people ask me, are you going to get another dog? And I don't plan to get another dog. I see myself working with some rescues to do fostering and even to do staycations. Our local animal control, you can go pick up a dog for a couple of days or a week to help that dog get out of the shelter environment. It helps them mentally. It helps them if they're out and about. Maybe somebody will see them and want to adopt them. That's really, but I'm not even ready for that yet. I thought about doing it. I'm not ready. I'm just still too emotionally raw. I can't. I'm just not ready for it right now. So, but that's one of the reasons I don't want another dog, is vet care. It's hard to find a vet service that you just adore, and that's what I'm looking for. I don't know. I know a lot of you know what I'm talking about, and it's hard. So I don't know. You know, even just finding a vet who's open long hours. A lot of them are not, or open on the weekends, and $3,857. It's tearing. So I don't know. I don't want to deal with it. But she's going in Monday, so we shall see. And I have an appointment Monday night with my doctor for a e-visit. Man, I love that. My doctor, it's my lipedema doctor, and he is 3 hours each way to see him. So it's 6 hours driving round trip. So we do e-visits to check in and check my status, and I'll see him Monday night. And I do appreciate e-visits. And then I've got, coming up in February 3rd, I'm supposed to go get my injections in my knees. My left knee is basically bone on bone, and my right knee is better, but I still have a lot of arthritis and pain in my knee. So I get injections every 6 months. I have a great, wonderful sports medicine doctor that I absolutely adore. And for those of you who have never been to a sports medicine doctor, if you are having some kind of pain and you're, you know, in your joints, in your bones, in your muscles, go to a sports medicine doctor. They really, really can be so helpful to you. I had somebody who, they were in a lot of pain with their shoulder, and they had gone to their regular doctor, who was saying, well, you need to go to he was referring her to a neurology specialist, and she wouldn't go because she was too nervous about that. And I said, you need to go to a sports medicine doctor. You know, they can find out what's wrong, and they can do all recommendations for therapy. So she felt comfortable with that, so she went, and now she's on the road to recovery with her shoulder. I don't, not to say that her doctor was wrong about his recommendation, but just like I'm talking about with Winnie, when something makes you feel uncomfortable and you're not going to go, there are other options, right? So the sports medicine was less of a scary idea. And now she's doing better. Yeah. Three, 350. I'm not trying to come off as somebody who's trying to tell somebody what to do, but I do take the time to find out, okay, where does this injection, where does the manufacturer say it is best given? And I mean, if she's having some type of change in her personality, then let's change it. Let's do something a little different for the cat instead of expecting the cat to suddenly come in a changed cat. That's not how that works. So I'm very respectful of the role of my vet and the vet techs, but I also know mistakes were made, and I also, my priority is my cat, and I want her to get the best care, and I don't believe that drugging her up every time she needs to come in for something that is so simple of an injection. And I have her carrier is a stroller, and the top of that stroller folds completely open, so she can sit in there, and she sits in there pretty as you will, with her legs tucked underneath her, and they have direct access to her scruff. And that's how at least one vet tech was administering it, I know. Just leaving her in the pod. You don't even have to take her out. Grab her scruff and inject her. And it was perfect. Now they're taking her out. And I haven't seen the last couple of times that I've been there for visits with her, where I've actually been in the room, they are not using the burrito method with her in a towel, which that's what I've always used and learned. So I don't know what's really happening, but I don't know. She's still the same cat. I mean, she hasn't undergone some big personality change. You're changing the rules on her, and that's not fair. So, I'm very, I'm not looking forward to it, because I don't want to come off as somebody who's trying to come in there and look, I'm not blaming anybody. That's not my goal. I'm not trying to do anything wrong. I just want to be heard, and I do want her to get the best care. But, we don't always hear someone's heart or best intentions. Many times people listen to be offended, because we're all walking around with our own baggage, right? And you can be as nice as pie to somebody, but maybe they don't hear it that way. They may not hear it that way at all. They're still hearing judgment, and you're telling me I'm doing it wrong, and who are you? And there are people who speak that way to people, but I'm not one of them. So, half the time people are not listening to the person in front of them. They're listening to the ghost of previous people, whether it's a parent, oftentimes it is a parent, whether it's a spouse, whether it is a boss, a friend, an old teacher, a similar situation that has made you feel the same way. You know, I go in there with the best intentions, and that doesn't always mean that it's going to be received that way. And because I'm super aware of how people listen or don't listen, I'm very respectful and kind when I speak to people, so that they really, you know, I do my part to try to not make them feel like I'm attacking them or anything. But I also am not a doormat, and I want to be heard, and I want you to understand this is serious for me. So it's not an easy conversation sometimes. And I can't say that it's something that I want to do every day. I've never been a person who says, oh, I can't stand conflict. I don't think anybody likes conflict, do we? I mean, I guess there's some people who thrive on it, thrive on drama, but I don't think anybody wants conflict. So I've never understood when people say that, oh, I can't stand conflict. Nobody does. I don't think anybody wants it. I don't think anybody really wants conflict. Even the people who like drama, they don't want conflict from somebody else. They're the creator of it. So I don't think any of us like conflict. So I don't say that. I think we're all just trying to get through the day conflict-free and be seen and be heard. We all want to be understood. But we are all dragging around our lifetime's worth and inherited ancestry of pain and misunderstanding. So, we're not always listening the way we should be to one another. Because we think we know what somebody means, or, well, somebody else has talked to me like this before. You know, you just got to take that moment and that person for them. And that's hard to do. So I really tiptoe in that environment, but that doesn't mean it always works out. 3778. So we'll see. I know that I just need to get her injection. So I'll let y'all know how that goes. Alright. I think what I'm going to do here, this is quite a long video. I appreciate y'all coming along. I've still got a lot left, but I've got a couple. We'll look at the, we'll do this one, we'll do this other bag I got over here, and then we'll check and see what I've got left. I think what I'll do is post this and then I'll work on the rest of it. But I do hope y'all will come back and watch me and Crafting with V as we work on Miss Havisham. Such a pretty canvas, such a pretty artwork.
I hadn't even talked about my nails. I love these. They've got some little sparkles on them, but this one already fell off. Don't know where it went. I'll have to get another little. It came that way. These are these little press-ons by Impress. IMPRESS. You can get them on Amazon. They're available at Walmart, different ones. But the ones that have different prints on them, you might have to go to their website. They had a really good Black Friday sale. So you can check those out. But yeah, these last me about 2 weeks. Now I take showers and things with them, but I haven't taken a bath with them. I haven't submerged my hands in like dishwasher water. Not dishwasher water. They're washing dishes. I wear gloves, so if I have to do that. Yeah, let's do this one here. But they last about 2 weeks. I really enjoy them. They're fun little. And you know what's weird? The whole time that I have these nails on, usually the skin around my nails cracks really badly all year round. It doesn't crack when I wear these. Why? What is that doing? That doesn't make sense to me. I do the same moisturizer and everything year round, but boy, my around here they just crack horribly. But they haven't been since I've been wearing. I don't understand that. 640. I think that's so strange. What would that have to do with that? I don't know. If you know, let me know. That's just trash. Here we go. Here's one. Oh, I was watching a funny show the other day. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to talk about it next time. I can't remember the name of it. But it's a military-based comedy. It's really, really funny. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. It's so fun getting to know y'all in the community and share our tips and tricks about things we do. I really appreciate y'all so much. Ugh, I don't appreciate this static though. Stop it. I was thinking the other day about when the Oscars are going to be, but I believe I read they have delayed them due to the fires out there in California. So I don't know when that'll be.
I have rarely seen any of the contenders. That's what usually makes me go watch some movies, as I see them nominated for an Oscar. I don't see a lot of current movies. I catch them when they come to streaming services. Don't go to the movies very often. Do y'all? I'd frankly rather just be home diamond painting while I watch something. Is that wrong? Am I wrong for that? I mean, it's fun sometimes to go out, but movies have gotten so outrageous. It's got to be something I really, 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 really can only imagine seeing in a theater. And that's not many things. Especially when I'm paying for streaming services, so I just figure I'll catch it on the flip side. Oh. So we'll see. But I do like to hear who is nominated every year. That's a dark one. And there's one over here. Okay. Alright. Well, tried the freezer method. It does help. It's not perfect, but okay. So let's see what we've got left here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 317, 414, 3371. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3371. So I'm going to go ahead and leave one out, and the rest, I have a quart bag here with the name of Miss Havisham on it. And I'm going to put the extra bags, because I'm only going to get up one bag. And then 310, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags of 310. Keep out 1 310. The rest are going in the baggie. And let's see, 938. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bags of 938. Keep out 1. 3 go in. And then we've got 3 bags of 898. No, 2 bags of 898. Keep them out. Let's see here. 779. And let's go ahead and cut these up. See what we've got here. So we've got 413. We've got 2 of 322. Keep one out. Turn this around. 2 of 334. 2 of 3864. 2 of 3755. 2 of 3861. 2 of 3860. 1 of 3841. 1433. 2 of 3799. 2 of 3325. 1 of 434. Okay. So my bag of extras here, I will put in the top of my kit here. I'll put those up there. This is the first time I'm using this kit. The top holds 60 bottles, and then below it holds another 60. So, I think what I'll do is say goodbye to you here, and I'll do an update when these are done. And I'm thinking about, for the canvas, I think I'm going to put some release tape over the whole image. I haven't done that yet, but I think I'm going to do it for that one. Usually I just work from the perforated plastic. Not 100% sure yet. So I wanted to go ahead and get this worked on so that it will be ready to go February 1st. Thank y'all for coming by. I enjoyed the chat, and I appreciate y'all so much. Just thank you. And I love to read your comments. Feel free to leave me a message below, and I look forward to hearing from you. Until next time, I certainly hope you're keeping love and kindness on repeat. And until I see you again, goodbye.